What is up everyone, and I hope you all have had a great Christmas. I'm just glad to finally be back into some routine. I just feel as though that week in between Christmas and New Year's, it's like you never know what day it is. I'm finally back into the full swing of getting back into a routine, which is awesome. Which goes on to plans this year with my YouTube channel. I'm gonna aim to post a vlog up a week. I'm gonna start off with one a week because I am quite busy, but I know that I can get at least one a week up, and it's gonna be uploaded on a Friday, so this should be up on Friday. So yeah, that's my plans in the sense of YouTube. I'm gonna start off this week with doing a little Q&A just to kind of kickstart this sort of New Year's resolution for myself. So I just put up an Instagram like snap just saying, guys, put in some questions for me and I will answer them to my best ability. Here is a couple questions that you guys have asked me. Sorry if I haven't been able to answer all of them. It might have been because I've recorded this vlog and then it came in afterwards, so I apologise for that, and I'll try and cover it in my next vlog. My first question that someone asked was, what does my diet look like at the moment? Why would you ask me that after question? Why would you ask me that after Christmas? My diet is it's not really anything at the moment, to be honest. I have been eating my meals from Fresh Prep, my sponsor, so that's been keeping me on track, so to speak, but I have been having the odd chocolate bar. We still have mince pies in the cupboard, so you know, to be honest, I'm just still like living in sort of Christmas mode diet wise. But yesterday I did sit down and I did recalculate my macros that I want to go into next week when I get back into like full food mode. So I'm going to be looking at around 100, I've written all my questions down, 160 grams of protein a day. That's not as high as what I normally have it on prep. On prep I'm normally around 200 grams of protein a day because obviously I need to maintain as much muscle as possible and help with recovery. Definitely still in my pajamas and slippers. My carbs are looking at around 250 grams, which is awesome. Definitely going past that on a day-to-day basis at the moment from all the chocolate and mince pies I'm still eating. And my fats are around 80 grams. So I will be consuming around 2,300 calories. I'm still having the odds and sods here and there. And don't feel guilty if you're doing that either, because you know what? I think people get too wrapped up in the whole new year, new me, and they try and start like on the 1st of January, and it just doesn't work like that. So you just gotta sort of slowly pull yourself into it. I do it every single year. I am planning to do a mini cut in a couple weeks, but I want to get myself back into some sort of healthy eating plan first before I go straight back into a deficit. Hopefully I should be starting that in the next couple of weeks, but I'll keep you guys updated on what I'm going to be doing. For now, I'm just going to get myself back into some sort of healthy diet and lose the mince pies. Going back to the questions, someone has asked about how much weight do I lose on average each week during prep. This is something I didn't really, at the start of a prep, I don't really look at how much weight I'm looking to lose each week. Just from the sheer fact that every week is different. And I also go by measurements a lot and how I look, you know, like in my poses and stuff. I lost around 9 kg in my last prep. So before I started prep, I was sitting at around 65 kg. And I went down to around 57. So yeah, around 9 kg. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. But that would work out, I did work out on a calculator, that would work out that I would, because I did an 18-week prep, nice and slow and steady. I didn't want to shock my body and like ruin my metabolism when I finished. So that would mean that I would have to lose like a pound and, I don't know, 1.5 pounds a week or something. So it's not actually that much in a sense, but some weeks I would lose a lot more than other weeks. So some weeks I'd stay stagnant. Always at the start of the prep, when you first start a diet and you start your cardio, your body responds to it really well, and then it will start slowing down as you plateau, and that's when you need to change things up a little bit. I know that when I plateaued, we just dropped some of my carbs and up my cardio, and that wasn't until like near the end of my prep, to be honest, before my first show, which was the PCA show. My advice would be to go by the measurements, go by how you look and how you feel. And especially if it's your first prep, there shouldn't really be a goal weight at the end, because you don't really know where you currently sit when you're really lean, and every year changes because you put more muscle on. So I would go by, my advice would be, go by how you look, how you feel, and your measurements, because they show a true representation of what you should look like when you hit the stage. Because it really doesn't matter what weight you're at. It just matters of how much body fat you have, if that makes sense. I haven't had a coffee this morning because I woke up with a headache, and I didn't want coffee because I felt like it was going to give me more of a headache. But now I feel like I need a coffee because I'm not quite switched on yet. Okay, someone asked as well, so the next question, someone asked if I had any diet changes because of my ostomy. No, I didn't have any diet changes apart from obviously avoiding like fibrous food, but I've slowly started bringing in some fibrous food that I had to avoid when I first had my ostomy. I guess with each year that goes by, I add more and more food back into my diet. I make sure I chew properly, and so far, touch wood, I'm fine. Moving on to the next question, which is also ostomy related, and it's about being post-surgery and what advice I could give you going back into training and back into healthy eating. It's the same as anything, go slow and steady. You're not going to go straight back into the gym and be able to do what you used to do. It's about getting back into the movement, so doing bodyweight squats, and then eventually picking up a dumbbell, picking up a kettlebell, and slowly bringing yourself up back, building yourself back up to the weights where you used to be able to lift. Also core exercises. I get a lot of questions on what I do for core. I don't actually give any advice out on core workouts because everyone is different, especially ostomates when it comes to exercising the core. There's certain exercises that I avoid because they tighten up my abdominal wall and really cause me some aggravation. So again, just slow and steady. Don't be afraid, but also just be aware of your own body. And also invest in some support wear. I use Vanilla Blush's hernia support wear. I have done since I don't even know how long, but I swear by them and I won't ever go to the gym without them. Diet wise, again, start introducing foods in small amounts, so foods that you're unsure about if you're going to be able to respond well to them. Just eat small bits at a time, and then you'll soon find out whether they agree with you or they don't agree with you. That's how I did it. I did like the first part of like after your surgery, so that after your recovery is probably going to be the time where you get your most blockages. I can't even remember the last time I got a blockage, but yeah, just be careful and just be aware and chew like mad. My next question was a weird one, because I definitely put under my post yesterday or the day before, whenever I put this vlog up, when I announced that I was going to be running a half a marathon in March, someone asked me if I'm still going to be bodybuilding. I'm still going to be training as normal. I'm obviously not going to be able to train as intense close to the race. Definitely not racing, definitely do it for my own personal achievement, guys. I'm not going to be breaking any records. I'm not the next Mo Farah. Yes, I'll still be training. I'll still be doing my fitness classes. I train currently 5 days a week, so I'll probably knock it down to 4 days a week, and just do back, legs, shoulders and chest. It's a really simple workout just to keep myself in the bodybuilding sort of training style still, but it's something I've always wanted to do. I used to run long distance when I was younger. I really enjoyed it. I found it very therapeutic when I was younger, and when I started it back up after my show, I like fell in love with it again. I have January, February, March. I've literally got like, I don't know, 10 weeks to go before I do it. So I've got up to a good sort of pace on a 4-mile run, and then I'll slowly increase up to like 6 miles, and then 8 miles, and then I probably won't do like the full 13 miles until the actual day, because that's like the achievement of getting over the line and knowing you've just ran 13 miles. I'm really excited to do that. It's a completely the opposite to what I've been doing like this whole year, whole of like, I don't know, since I ever started sort of doing this fitness journey. Keep you guys updated on where I'm at, and hey, I could be doing a full marathon by the end of the year. I don't know. So the next question is, am I competing this year? I've had so many of these questions already. Like, I've only just finished competing, guys. The answer to that question is, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to be doing this year. At the moment, it's more so like I'm not going to be competing, so it's more swaying to I'm going to be taking a year out. That's just purely because I've set myself some challenges that are more physical, like in the sense of half marathons, maybe doing a marathon, you know, further on down the line in the year. I just don't know what my plans are yet. That's not to say that I won't ever compete again. You know, maybe in 2019 I come back and compete. I'm just taking it one step at a time, guys. There's nothing set in stone. But if I were to compete, it would be in November at the Pure Elite Worlds again. That's all I'm saying. When I compete, I'll always compete in shows around the same time. I'll give myself a good 8 months off in between shows, because I just physically, like, and mentally, I cannot cope with doing one at the start of the year and one at the end of the year. I like a nice big break in between to be able to do other things like half marathons, or I like a big break in the middle to really work on improving myself, and I don't feel like I have enough time if I were to jump straight back on prep in a couple months, because realistically I've had like the whole of December off really bodybuilding and training, so it would just be stupid to go back into a prep because I've not improved at all in the slightest. So for me, I always compete once a year around the same time, and it's always near the end of the year because I do enjoy prepping through the summer months. It's not for everyone, but I like the fact that as soon as you wake up in the morning for your fasted cardio, it's really bright and it just makes you want to get out of bed, and it makes you want to look good and feel good. So that's my preference. It just gets a little bit hard near the end when it gets to like really dark days in like the end of October, and you're like, oh my god, not long now. Final question, and it's one that I was going to talk about anyway, but will I be at BodyPower? Yes, I will. I was there last year and I met some of you guys and it was awesome, but hopefully this year I will be with USN. I would imagine I'll be with USN from winning the competition face of USN. Just want to say a massive thank you for all of you guys as well, because the last time I did this vlog I was still unsure whether I got it or not, and I am pleased to announce that I did get it. You've probably seen it on social media, but it still feels surreal, it still feels crazy, but I should be going up there in the next couple of weeks to meet the rest of the team, sign some contracts, and yeah, it's just insane. It's such a great way to start 2018. So yeah, that's just literally, this is the first vlog of the year. I'm going to be trying to get a vlog up each week on a Friday, so make sure you keep an eye out on my YouTube channel, and if I don't vlog, you need to like badger me for it, okay? You need to be like, Zoe, you haven't done your weekly vlog. So keep an eye out for it, guys, and I hope you all have an amazing weekend, and I'll speak to you all soon.